Close your eyes and imagine standing before towering stone walls, hearing the whispers of history carried by the wind. Castles are more than just fortresses. They are timeless symbols of power, mystery, and dreams. Across the world, these legendary structures hold stories of love, betrayal, and forgotten glory. In this journey, we'll unveil 8 of the most breathtaking castles in the world, each a masterpiece that has stood the test of time. Whether perched on cliffs, hidden in misty forests, or glowing under golden sunsets, these castles will transport you to another era. And if you're dreaming of visiting them, be sure to check the links in the description for my must-have travel accessories and find my detailed travel guide on Amazon to help you plan your perfect adventure. Let's begin. Dunluce Castle, Northern Ireland. Perched on the rugged cliffs of Northern Ireland, Dunluce Castle is a ruin that refuses to be forgotten. The sea crashes violently below, as if echoing the ghosts of its stormy past. Once a grand medieval stronghold, now only whispers remain. Whispers of battles fought, lovers lost, and a noble family that vanished with the tide. Legend tells of a fateful night when part of the castle crumbled into the sea, taking the kitchen and its servants with it. The cries were swallowed by the waves, and from that moment, the castle stood abandoned, a broken monument to both power and tragedy. Even now, locals speak of spirits wandering the ruins, waiting for a past that will never return. But despite its haunting history, Dunluce is breathtaking. The setting is raw and untamed, where the sky burns orange at sunset, casting long shadows over its jagged remains. Stand here and you'll feel something almost magical, like time itself is standing still, caught between the echoes of history and the endless pull of the sea. If you ever find yourself in Northern Ireland, don't just visit Dunluce, experience it. Walk through its archways, listen to the waves below, and let its tragic beauty etch itself into your soul. Because some places are more than just landmarks, they are stories waiting to be felt. Doonagore Castle, Ireland. High above the Atlantic Ocean, where the wild Irish wind never rests, stands Doonagore Castle, a lone tower rising from the green hills, watching over the cliffs of Moher like a silent guardian. It is small, yet commanding, a place where the land meets the sky, where legends have long outlived the men who built them. Centuries ago, a shipwreck brought hundreds of Spanish sailors to these shores, fleeing from war and disaster. But instead of salvation, they met their end, captured, executed, buried beneath the soil. Some say their souls still wander the hilltops, forever searching for a home that was never meant to be. But Doonagore is not a place of sadness, it is a place of wonder. The rolling hills stretch endlessly, the ocean roars below, and on a clear day, it feels like you can see forever. A moment here is a moment outside of time, where nature and history embrace in perfect harmony. Come to Doonagore, and you will understand why Ireland is called the land of myths. Stand before its tower, let the wind carry your thoughts to the sea, and lose yourself in a story that never truly ends. Neuschwanstein Castle, Germany. In the heart of Bavaria, rising above emerald forests and mist-covered valleys, stands Neuschwanstein Castle, a dream built in stone. It is a castle of fairy tales, a place where reality bends, and where every tower and turret seems to whisper a secret. King Ludwig II of Bavaria envisioned this masterpiece not as a fortress, but as a sanctuary for the imagination, a place where art, music, and fantasy could live forever. But his dream came at a cost. His people called him mad, his kingdom turned against him, and before the castle was even completed, Ludwig was gone, lost to the very vision he created. Yet Neuschwanstein remains, untouched by time, standing like a dream, frozen in the clouds. When you see it, you will believe in magic. The way the morning mist clings to its walls, the way the sun paints its towers in gold. It is a place that belongs not to kings, but to dreamers. Come here, and you will understand why Disney chose this as the model for Sleeping Beauty's castle. That Neuschwanstein is no mere fantasy. It is proof that sometimes dreams are meant to last forever. Himeji Castle, Japan. Rising like a great white bird over the city below, Himeji Castle is not just a fortress. It is a masterpiece of Japan's ancient world. Every wall, every tower, every delicate curve of its rooftops was designed not just for war, but for beauty. For centuries, it stood unconquered, a place of strategy, of power, of whispered secrets carried through its wooden halls. And yet, it has survived not by force, but by grace. Earthquakes, fires, wars, Himeji has withstood them all, as if protected by spirits from another time. But its true magic is not in its defenses. It is in the way it moves the soul, the way cherry blossoms fall like snow against its white walls, the way the wind carries the laughter of visitors through its corridors. Himeji is not just seen, it is felt, in the heart, in the bones, in the quiet moments that make you forget the modern world. Come in spring, when the castle is dressed in pink and the air smells of new beginnings. Walk its paths, hear its silence, and for a moment, be part of something eternally. Château de Chambord, France. Some castles were built for war, some for kings, but Chambord was built for wonder. Hidden deep within the forests of the Loire Valley, This Renaissance masterpiece rises like a vision from another world. Its towers spiral towards the heavens, its staircases twist in impossible symmetry, and its halls echo with the footsteps of royalty long gone. It was a dream in stone, commissioned by a king who never truly lived in it. Francois built Chambord not as a home, but as a statement, an ode to beauty, to power, to a world where art reigned supreme. And so it stands, untouched by time, a castle unlike any other. Come to Chambord, and you will not just see architecture, you will see a dream, frozen in time, waiting for those who still believe in the extraordinary. Alcazar of Segovia, Spain. Rising like a ship from the heart of Spain, the Alcazar of Segovia is not just a castle, it is a legend carved in stone. Its turrets pierce the sky, its golden walls glow under the Spanish sun, and from its towers, the view stretches across a land steeped in history. This was a fortress of kings, a palace of dreams, a place where warriors once stood guard and royalty once walked in whispered halls. It is said that this very castle inspired the creation of Cinderella's fairytale palace. But the magic of Alcazar is far older, far deeper, woven into the very fabric of Spain's past. The walls hold stories of conquest and defiance. Battles raged beyond its gates, but within, the halls echoed with music, poetry, and the quiet power of rulers shaping a nation. Queens plotted futures, knights swore loyalty, and the destiny of Spain was forged within these very stones. Stand upon its towers, where the wind carries the voices of history, and feel what it means to touch the past. Alcazar is not just a castle, it is a dream that refuses to fade, a fairy tale come to life beneath the endless Spanish sky. Edinburgh Castle, Scotland, UK. There are castles that are grand. There are castles that are beautiful. And then, there is Edinburgh Castle, a fortress that dominates the very soul of Scotland. For centuries, it has stood upon its volcanic rock, watching over a city that has grown, suffered, and triumphed beneath its shadow. It is a place of kings and warriors, of poets and rebels, of battles fought, not just with swords, but with the unbreakable spirit of a nation. The stone walls whisper the stories of Mary, Queen of Scots, who gave birth to a king within these chambers. The 1 o'clock gun echoes across the city each day, a ritual that has stood the test of time. And deep beneath the castle, prisoners once carved their names into the cold, dark walls, leaving behind traces of lives long forgotten. But Edinburgh Castle is more than history. It is Scotland itself. It is the mist that rolls over its battlements, the fire that glows in the heart of its people, the unshakable pride that refuses to fade. Stand here above the city, and you will feel it too, because this is not just a castle. This is a legend carved in stone. Pena Palace, Portugal, high above the clouds, where the hills of Sintra touch the sky, stands Pena Palace, a castle unlike any other. It is a vision in color, where red and yellow towers rise like flames against the green of the forest. A place where romance, fantasy, and history blend into something almost unreal. From the moment you see it, you will wonder, was this built by men, or dreamt into existence by the gods? The palace was born from a king's imagination, a sanctuary of beauty and art, standing where once only ruins remain. Its walls are a tapestry of styles, Moorish, Gothic, Renaissance, all woven together in a masterpiece that defies time itself. And when the mist rolls in, and the palace floats above the world like something out of a dream, you will understand why this place is called a wonder. Walk its terraces, gaze upon the endless landscape, and let yourself believe, just for a moment, that you have stepped into a fairy tale. Because some dreams are real, and some castles, like Pena, are proof of that. These castles are more than just walls and stone. They are echoes of the past, dreams made real, stories waiting to be told. From the misty cliffs of Ireland to the enchanted forests of Germany, from the ancient heart of Japan to the golden hills of Portugal, each of these places holds a magic all its own. And maybe, just maybe, one of them is waiting for you. If you've been inspired to visit, be sure to check the links in the description for my recommended travel accessories, and find my detailed travel guide on Amazon. Let these castles be more than just pictures on a screen. Let them be places you will stand, places you will feel, places you will remember forever. Your adventure is waiting.
Music fades.